back to the Super Divorce YouTube and or Twitch stations. Nicholas Villars here, aka Super Divorce, and welcome to tonight's edition of Sega Mania. Sega Mania is a live streaming, internet-based, video game-centric program in which we are taking a merry jaunt through all the reviews throughout the various pages of all 7 issues of Sega Mania magazine. The late great Sega Mania magazine, which ran from 2021 through 2022. Sega Mania magazine was a fan-run, fan-funded, fan-supported, yet highly professional magazine celebrating the video games and the consoles of Sega. And then it went away. An unfortunate ending to the tale, an abrupt ending. But luckily, we get to continue celebrating the grand tradition of Sega Mania magazine right here on Sega Mania. We're maniacs for Sega Mania magazine the way that Sega Mania magazine were maniacs for Sega. What's up, Carrot? Over in the chat on YouTube. Carrot's here. And tonight, we hit, I would say it's kind of a milestone, the 50th episode of Sega Mania. Right here. Episode number 50, featuring a game for the Sega Mega Drive, aka the Genesis, a video game called Atomic Runner. And I'm fixing to give you guys a few pineapple tidbits, some fun facts about Atomic Runner, because I like to do that before we crack open the Sega Mania magazine and read their review. I would like to share with you just a few fun tidbits about this game. In the US, this game was called Atomic Runner Chelnov Nuclear Man the Fighter. What a mouthful, eh? For the EU, for those who played it on the Mega Drive proper, not the Genesis, it would have just been called Atomic Runner. Shortened a bit for the EU. I don't know why they chose such a wordy, mouthy title for the US release, but, that's just what they did. That's what they went with. I would say the EU, the Europeans won that round. Atomic Runner Chelnov Nuclear Man the Fighter just doesn't have quite the ring to it that Atomic Runner does. This game was developed and published by Data East for arcades initially. Came out in 1988. The arcade machine did. A forced side-scroller, if you will. You know what I mean by forced side-scroller? It's a side-scrolling game, and you've played levels like this in various games before. They've got them in Mario. They've got them, even their sections of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm thinking of a lava section in Sonic that we just played recently, where the lava starts flowing and you've got to run to the right. The screen starts moving and you've got to run to the right side before the lava catches up with you. Stuff like that. It's a side scroller where you are forced to continue moving to the right side of the screen. A forced side scroller. And in this game, it's so forced that you can just you can let go of your controller, and the screen itself will grab hold of the Atomic Runner. Chelnov is his name, and continue pushing him to the right. That can happen. Maybe I'll give you a chance to see that. But like I said, you play as a man named Chelnov, a coal miner, and a survivor of a nuclear power plant explosion. In the explosion, Chelnov gains superpowers, which he uses to battle an evil organization. In the original release, on the title screen, there's even a hammer and sickle, and the original title, Chelnov, is written in Japanese. We're talking about the original Japanese arcade cabinet here. On that version, the title screen, Chelnov is written in Japanese using characters that in the Japanese language look almost exactly like the way you would spell out Chernobyl using Japanese characters. Not like not characters, not like people, but you know, with their written language. The what do they call it? Romaji, I think, is when you're spelling out English words, or I guess just words from other languages with the Japanese lettering system. Anyway, like I said, there was that what do you call it? That reference to Chernobyl. People got butthurt about that because this was pretty close still to the time when the Chernobyl disaster occurred, and people thought that they were being cheeky or something. They thought that the creators of this game were kind of poking fun at the disaster, which Data East was not, but they had to come out and assure everyone that was the case. They say, no, we weren't poking fun. It made it nuclear disaster. The guy gets superpowers. It's not poking fun at what happened, but you know, I don't know. People get. It shows you even back then, people had to find shit to get their panties in a bunch about, eh? So anyway, the story was changed between the arcade release and the home console release. So once it made it to home consoles or to the Mega Drive in 1992, all references to Chernobyl were removed. All that part of the story was taken out. Anything mentioning Chernobyl or pointing to it supposedly was wiped out from the game, so people wouldn't get upset again. And then there was supposed to be a Saturn version that ended up getting canceled. That was going to be an exact replica of the arcade game, and it got canceled. It was actually uncovered. A prototype was uncovered in 2012 that you can look up and check that out if you're interested in it. But there are no sound effects in it because it was not finished. There you go. A few little chunks and nuggets for you about Atomic Runner. Heading back over to the chat here. Carrot agrees the American title, quite a mouthful. Jess is here. Mr. Jorfus is here. Hello, everybody. I sure hope that this game is better than the Terminator games, but we'll find out. Before I fire it up, let me grab my floppy copy right here of Sega Mania Magazine, issue number 3. And let me just first ask you to check out your television set there. I have conveniently placed for you a graphic of the Sega Mania review of Atomic Runner right there in front of your eyes for you to see. It's kind of tough though, because this was a really scrunched in review. They haven't really done much like this in Sega Mania Magazine up to this point, where they've got kind of a sidebar review. If you go back and watch last evening's episode of The Terminator, you'll see that the review for The Terminator on the left side, you know, imagine opening up your magazine, right? The entire left page, that would have been page number 30 for me. The entirety of page 30 is dedicated to the Sega Mega Drive review of The Terminator. And then 2/3 of page 31 on the right-hand side is dedicated to Terminator on the Game Gear. And then you've got like this 1/3 sliver going down the right side of the page for the Atomic Runner review. That's what you see right here on your graphic. And you can check this out in bolder relief. You can blow it up. You can flip forward and backwards through the magazine if you'd like, if you don't care about spoilers for future episodes. Just check the link in the description below and head on over to the Sega Mania Magazine online archive. And there you'll find the Atomic Runner review. But for me, in my floppy copy, it's page 31. For you, in the digital copy, as you can see on your screen there, it would be page 33. Alright, so I'm going to check this review. But before that, Mr. Jorfus is here with his joke of the night. Mr. Jorfus has his joke of the night for us. And here it is. What was the fat man asking to the ice cream man? Answer: he was asking for a topic for his ice cream. Chelna. Hold on. I don't think I understand the joke. Let me read it again. What was the fat man asking the ice cream man? He was asking for a dash topic for his ice cream. Oh, the fat man nuke. I see now. My mind didn't go there. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. You know, yes. Of course. The name of one of the nuclear bombs was dropped in World War II. Fat Man and what was it? Fat Man and Little Boy, something like that. I'm gonna brush up on my history. Chelnov, is it called Chelnov for Chernobyl? Yeah, it was kind of like yeah, slightly. They were kind of making allusions to without coming right out and saying it, I guess. Yeah, it would be even more confusing if you used Little Boy. Little Boy asking the ice cream man. What was he asking him? He was asking him for a topic for his ice cream. Well, thank you, Mr. Jorvis, for your joke of the night. Now let me flip open. They did something in this issue that I do not like. I don't appreciate this. They started it, I think, in issue 2. There's one aspect of this magazine that's gotten worse as the issues have gone on. In the first one, when we first started doing Sega Mania, in issue number 1, you would open up, you'd see the review there. They would have, they'd have listed the title of the game, and then underneath the title, they would have the platform that the review was covering. For instance, the Mega Drive or the Game Gear. And then they would have the full name of the person reviewing it in that particular instance. Simon Pike. Or Tim Hugel. Back then I would say Hugall, which I still prefer saying. It's more fun to say Hugall. And then in issue 2, they stopped putting the full name of the reviewer. They just put initials. And once you've done this for a little while, then you can look at the initials and know who it is. But still, I liked having the full name. Here in issue number 3, they no longer have the platform, nor do they have the reviewer's name on the page where the review is. You have to flip back towards the beginning of the magazine to the review zone page where they have a breakdown. They've got all of the reviews listed, and then that's where they give you the name of the game, the platform, and then the name of the person who reviewed it. And so I think that's a little clunky. I don't like it that way. I like having it all right there on the same page. I don't like having to flip back and forth all the time. That's a little bugaboo that I don't like. Anyway, Atomic Runner for the Sega Mega Drive. Tonight's review comes to us by way of Sega Mania journalist Sam Forrester. We haven't had a Sam Forrester review for a bit, so let's see how Sam's doing here with his Atomic Runner review. Sam says, "Some people say you should never look back, that you should always keep your eyes firmly fixed on what's in front of you. If you're one of those people who agrees with that, then you're probably reading the wrong magazine." First of all, he's talking about this being a magazine that's looking back on the history of Sega, reviewing old games and old consoles. So if you're only a forward-looking person, a magazine firmly couched in nostalgia might not be for you. Back to the review. Atomic Runner is definitely the game for you. You best be damn good and ready to run in, guns blazing, because there isn't much option to do anything else. You can stand still if you want, but there's way too much crazy, monstrous, robotic crap flying at you to make that a feasible option for very long. You've got mechanized henchmen, flying skulls, horrific flying bird monsters, and bosses that take up the entire screen to contend with. So strategy be damned. Just pick up as much weird and wonderful weaponry as you can and just start blasting your way through the stages. You play as Chelnov, a man tasked with battling the forces of the Death-Tarians. Death-Tarians. I wonder if that's another name for the Death Eaters from the Harry Potter series, because they eat death. You know, a vegetarian only eats vegetables. So it stands to reason a Death-Tarian would just eat death. Back to the review. Battle the force of the Death-Tarians who have killed your father and kidnapped your sister. Luckily, before he croaked, the old man gave you a power suit with enough firepower built in to overthrow a small country. As we all know, violence solves everything, so it is with this suit and this arsenal that justice will be doled out. The gameplay of Atomic Runner is incredibly frenetic. There really is never any time to pause and enjoy the backgrounds or music because there's always something flying at you. You can shoot in every conceivable angle, and the variety of projectiles available to you is mental. It can be difficult to keep track of everything going on, and the controls take some practice, but if you're after a run and gun that doesn't even let you blink, you've found it. So says Sam Forrester. And I am too. I'm worried about issue 4 as well, Mr. Jorfus. I'm worried if they might make the reviews even more difficult to parse out. I hope not, though, because it's a fantastic magazine otherwise. All right, and so with the review having been read, who is the old man? Why does he have a suit like that? I think he was saying it was referring to the old man, that being the main character's father. Death-Tarians killed your father and kidnapped your sister, but before your father died, he left you a power suit. So maybe this is like the differing story here. Your father leaves you a power suit before he dies, so you can fight the Death-Tarians. In the original arcade version in Japan, you're a guy who got these incredible nuclear powers because he was in a nuclear explosion when a factory blew up, like in Chernobyl. But as I mentioned in the Pineapple Tidbits section of this video, all of those story elements were changed for the Sega Mega Drive release. Alright, so let's fire it up here. See how this Atomic Runner runs. And our 1/2 of 1 hour that we are dedicating to this game begins now. At least 1/2 of 1 hour before I will make up my mind and give you my final review. Could end up playing a little longer than that, who knows, but it will be at least 1/2 of 1 hour. And we'll find out, yes, if Sam Forrester's review is fact or cap. Chelnov was a young scientist. He lived and worked side by side with his father and his sister, and together they led a happy, peaceful life, but the harmony of their lives was about to be ripped open. Looks like a nice scene there. Late one evening, Chelnov went out for a nighttime jog when all of a sudden he heard a huge explosion coming from his house. With his heart pounding, Chelnov rushed back to his house only to find his father laying on the floor, barely conscious. So it's not a factory that exploded, it was your own home. Chelnov, my son, I, said the old man in a faint voice, and with his last breath, Chelnov's father explained the whole tragic story. This explosion, this is the work of The Death-Tarians! They claim to be the original inhabitants of Earth coming from a time before the dawn of man, and now they say they have returned, reclaimed, known of their existence and of their evil plans for many years. That is why I've pushed you on our work, our research. Chonov's father pointed his shaky hand towards a metal case. Chonov listened in disbelief. Huh? Huh? What? In this case is a suit that will increase the strength of a normal human to superhuman levels. Implanted inside the suit are various weapons and devices. Chonov, you must put on this suit. You must try to destroy the Death-Tarians for the sake of the world and for the sake of your sister. You see them, they have taken her away with them. Chelmy has been kidnapped? Asked the stunned Chonov. Yes, I'm counting on you, my son, and with a final breath. Chonov's father slipped away. Ah! Shaken and confused, Chonov opened the metal case. Inside, he found a magnificent suit. Just as his father had explained, determined to avenge his father's death and his sister's abduction, Chonov donned the suit to become the Atomic Runner. Go, Atomic Runner! Save the world from the sinister plans of a twisted band of outlaw aliens! But the sheer numbers of the Death-Tarians overwhelmed the Atomic Runner, and he was soon trapped by them. He was subjected to inhuman tortures and attempts at brainwashing. Just as the Death-Tarians were convinced they were about to break his will, the Atomic Runner lashed out in anger and broke free from his captors. Run on, Atomic Runner! I will not fail. No enemy can put a stop to justice! Get ready. All right, here we go. So I'm holding down the B button, and I gotta keep running forward. Oh fuck! Oh, okay. All right. Well, I can't touch anything. There. Up. What are those things? Are they saying up? Jazzy tunes. I like the music. Up. Oh, yeah, you can, this is tough to talk and do at the same time because it's frenetic was the word they used in Sega Mania magazine. Got these Boba Fett looking asses. Ah! Oh no! Oh man! Oh man! If you want to turn backwards, you have to hold like left on the D-pad and then press C. And if you want to turn back around, you have to push right and press C. It's kind of a... I mean, it's a little clunky, but I guess it works. What is this bird? Some sort of bird? Some sort of metal bird? I guess, is this a boss fight? Or is it just a mini boss? We got him, whatever he is. I will say that this is immediately oodles and oodles more fun than either of the Terminator games we played last night. Oodles and oodles more fun. Not even close. Though it's definitely, it requires a little focus. Oh, I missed whatever that was. I don't know what the ups are. What is the up? Oh, I think I like the fire flames. Those seem pretty good. Soundtrack is a banger. Absolutely. Not even joking there. Come on, bruh. Oh, I can bounce off the top of some shit. That's good to know. Up. I don't know what the ups are. I don't know if those are just points or if they actually do something nice for me. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he got me. All right, how far back do we have to go here? Got my pea shooter again. No. Yeah. Going on a boss with a pea shooter. Now here's the one section of the game where you're not being moved forward. Where you gotta focus on... Hey, that wasn't too bad. We fucked him right up. Only problem is I have 0 lives left. Alright, here's our... There are 7 different levels in this game. I know that much. I read that. Carrot says the dragon is scary. Jorfa said that was easy. I mean, it looks easy, but... And the animation is incredibly smooth. Really neat looking levels so far. Oh, shit. Well, okay, game over. Please put warning on screen. I don't give anyone any warnings around here. You're not going to get anything from me when it comes to warnings. We're going to skip. I'm not going to do my performance again. If you want my performance in, you have to rewind the video and you can listen back to my dramatic reading of the introduction to this game. It's very moving, I think. I think I might win a YouTube award for it. I think I should. Oh, for fuck's sake. No! Oh. No. Oh my god. Okay, I should just take the quick L here and start over again. Piss poor attempt. Piss poor attempt. Again. No continues. Nope. You're gonna have to get through this one with no continues. I'm guessing there's like a certain point level you get to where you can accrue extra lives. Because I think I got at least one extra one on that first run. But, oh shit. Why is that guy giving me so many fits here this time around? No, you gotta... There. Okay. Get my damn bearings here. Come on, get your power up. You gotta keep getting the power-ups, dude. It is kind of tough sometimes to switch your directions back and forth, you know, because they're not making that easy on you. I mean, it works, I guess, once you get used to it, but... Woo! Alright. New weapon here. We got some boomerangs happening. We're the boomerang boy. Chelnov the boomerang boy. Getting all of our ups. There we go. Just gotten one up there. We've got 3 lives now. Keep taking out these birdies. There we go. Get her up. I would buy this soundtrack on vinyl record. Totally. I wonder if anyone's done a re-release for this. Probably not. Ooh, look at these things. This is pretty badass. I wouldn't mess with someone wielding this particular weapon I've got right now. Up. Up. Shock. No, man, I didn't want to get those. That's the only bad thing about games like this, when you got so many weapons, when you got power-ups coming at you constantly. You find one that's really badass, and then you accidentally switch it out for a lesser badass weapon, and then you find yourself butthurt. Okay, we'll just hop on down here. Take out our... What are these things? They look like, they kind of remind me of trilobites. What do you guys think of trilobites? Remember those? I used to go looking for trilobites in elementary school. Nearby place, Caesar's Creek. They said, you guys look around, they got trilobites here. You might be able to find a real, genuine trilobite. There we go. No, not trial bites. Not like a sample of, not like a sample at the grocery store. That's a trial bite. When you walk by and they've got like a little Triscuit cracker stand set up. Or some chicken salad on a cracker. That's a trial bite. A trilobite. It's like a big-ass ancient bug. Like big-ass bug. Okay, we got those guys to contend with. They're going to be coming at us with their little shields. This could be a little tricky. Ah! I'm trying to turn around here. Look at that guy. Damn it! Ah! Man, it's that turnaround bullshit that's going to be the death of me. It's so tricky. Oh, for fuck's sake. I jumped up at just the wrong time. He throws his shield. Those guys throw their shields at you, which is a pain in the ass. Oh, okay, that's good. You can bounce on their heads. I didn't realize that. That's helpful. Alright. What is that? Little birdie. We got a little birdie guy. A little mechanical green owl up there. Causing a ruckus. Is that a bunny rabbit? Why are we dealing with like partially cute, partially H.R. Geiger material here? What a strange mix. What an absolutely strange assortment of visuals and... Ah! Fuck it! No, I knew he was gonna do that. I tried jumping. Damn son of a bitch. Alright. This is... Oh, for fuck's sake. And then you end up getting taken out by a little doodle dude. Come on, guys. I need something. I need another extra life. Are they not going to give me anything here? No, for what's shit? No! Fuck. Again. Man, it sucks there's no continues here. That is brutal that they want you to go through this. No continues. Again, another situation where I'm like, you guys are really stacking the deck against the home console players. Really. In an unpleasant way. Because you're thinking to yourself, you know, oh, it's so fun that I'll be able to play my favorite arcade game at home. But then, I'll just let him kill me. Yeah, let's play our favorite arcade games at home now. But then half the time you get your favorite arcade game home, it's ported over to the Mega Drive. You pop it in the system. Come to find out, oh, I can't just keep popping quarters into the in the coin slot. They don't give me that option. They do want you to feel like a bitch. Atomic bitch is what that's their philosophy here. Their design philosophy. We'd really like to make a bitch of the players with our game. We're going to make it fun, exciting. We're going to make it feel accessible. So it's like, oh yeah. You're going to be like, yeah, I can do this. Until they get... Imagine what kind of horse shit they throw at you on the 7th and final level. When you've managed to make it that far for the first time. You're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make magic. I'm going to make history happen. I'm going to beat Atomic Runner. And then... you know what happens. They fuck with you. Probably throw something really bullshit your way that's going to take at least several attempts to get the timing down. And then when you feel like you're starting to get it, you've got like 1 life left. Or maybe you're on your last life. And then it happens. One of these guys just like flies by and hits you with like a little dinky pea shooter. And there you go, game over. Back to the beginning, bitch. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. But I will say this. I can say this right now. Some games throw that bullshit at you, and you're like, alright, well then fuck you. Because not only is that bullshit, but your game sucks. And I don't feel like trying to get good enough to beat it. This, on the other hand, is really fucking solid. This is a fantastic game. And this is the kind of game that I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay. With enough practice, I could do this. And I would maybe like to put in enough practice to be able to do it sometime. Because I think it would be a very satisfying game to complete. It is a neat game. Oh, watch out for the trilobites. Watch out for the trial bites. That's the line that developers have to walk. It's like, okay, you can make your game really fucking tough if you want. You can make it brutal. I'm not against that. But it has to be fun enough in the process to justify the brutality. You're going to have to make players want to finish it. You're going to have to make them want to put up with the brutality. Alright, let's go. Let's go, Atomic Runner. That'd be a good song title. Let's go, Atomic Runner. Might be a good band name, actually. Not just Atomic Runner. Let's Go Atomic Runner. That would be a. I think that would be a cool band name. Maybe a little pretentious, but that's okay. Ah, there we go. Okay. I think we got a thrower coming up here soon. There's a little bunny rabbit. There's our owl. All these little cute guys. It's like they came over from Sonic. Up. Hey, we got another extra life. Sweet. Looks like we got one at 20,000, one at 70,000. Oh, for really? And then I just waste it like that. Horse shit. Alright, got these things again. I don't know how I feel about these. I'm not a big fan of this particular weapon. I guess it's kind of serviceable, but it... Oh, no, he sped up! Ah, shit! Ah! And just like that, 2 lives shaved off. Ooh, I got lucky there. I'm gonna admit, I got lucky on that one. A bit o' luck was involved. No! Oh, I couldn't turn in time! This part's pretty tough. This bridge is tough. Wouldn't be so bad if there weren't that big water monster to deal with. I got shot by that guy. Wow. Wow. Really, really nice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No! Get the fuck out. Come on. Alright, well, we didn't kill him, but I... Yeah. No! Oh! Ah! Heh. Again. I guess this is probably the last one, because I think we started it about, I think about 25 minutes ago, I believe. If memory serves me correctly, if I recall correctly, we've been playing for about 25 minutes here. So I think, unless I just super duper shit the bed, this is probably going to be the last performance of this game for the evening. Why wouldn't he shoot? Why did... Hmm. I think I would like to do a full playthrough of this sometime. I think I will work on that. I've got several games like in my queue right now that I would like to do a recorded playthrough of. Alright, there's our first extra life. Get another one at 70,000, I think. That's what it was. Oh, here comes this guy. Mechanical bird boy. Alright, took care of him. Get our up. That's what it's either up or VP. No, I don't know what it means. One of those times where the instruction manual would probably be a good thing to have for clarification on certain topics. Like, what does that power up do? And what do those letters mean? What does that signify? What is it trying to tell me? What message was the programmer sending here? One of the themes of this game, turn around. Turn around. Every now and then, you know what I mean? Know where I'm going with that? That'd be a good song to cover sometime. Yeah, every now and then I do fall apart. Especially here in this game, in Atomic Runner. Especially on Sega Mania. I do quite a bit of falling apart on this game, or on this series. Not just this game, this series. Alright, well, we're about 15,000 away from another 1-op. Ha! That's the first time he got me. Like that. I thought that I was out of his reach because I'd been using that same strategy, and it didn't seem like if I was all the way against the screen, it seemed like he wasn't able to hit me. Well, just found out that was bullshit. That was a bunch of cap. Two times in a row. Okay. Oops. Well, game over. Alright, well, I think that brings us to just about 30 minutes exactly. So, there you go. Atomic Runner on the Sega Mega Drive. I don't think that I'm getting much further than that tonight. I think that's going to be like, if I decide to do that, if I decide to do a like full playthrough, it's going to be probably a full day commitment. Because one thing I do know about that game that makes a playthrough more likely than maybe some other games of its type is that all of those enemies are in fixed spawning positions. So you can learn the pattern. All of the enemies throughout that game spawn in the same place every single time you play it. So, with enough repetition, a player can get those patterns down, and it can become, you know, like playing a song. Something you just do. You get that muscle memory going. Let me open back up to Sam Forrester's review. So, you best be damn good when you're playing Atomic Runner. This is the game for you if you're a forward-looking person. Agree. He says that there's a lot of crazy, monstrous, robotic crap flying at you. Names some of the enemies. Says, but there's also just as much weird and wonderful weaponry. And you just need to blast your way through the stages. Agree again. Then he tells us that we're going to be playing as Chelnov. The gameplay of Atomic Runner is incredibly frenetic. There really is never any time to pause and enjoy the backgrounds or music because there's always something flying at you. Yeah. But even without being able to stop and look around and really take it in, it's very well done. It's a very well done game. I don't know what the arcade version looks like or how it plays, because this is another one of those games that I had never heard of until I started reading Sega Mania magazine. So I never played the arcade version. I've never seen it before. Never heard of this game until now. But I mean, if this is the console port and it looks this good, it does make me interested to see how good the arcade version looks and how smooth that one plays, because this was also very, very buttery smooth for a game of its type on the Mega Drive. So can be difficult to keep track of everything going on, and the controls take some practice, but if you're after a run and gun that doesn't even let you blink, you've found it. Strongly agree with you. Strong agree with pretty much everything Sam Forrester had to say there. So that was not cap. That was a factual review from Sam Forrester, a good review. Covered most of the bases there. Let you know what you're getting yourself into. I would just go on to say, I will reiterate the point that I made as I was playing through just minutes ago. And that is, a tough as nails game like this, it needs to be fun, and it needs to instill in the player that sense of, oh man, I felt myself getting a little bit better. And not only that, but I was having fun while I was getting better. And not only that, I would like to see this game through to completion if it has an end. You know, if you're just going for a high score, then that's like an end in itself. But if you know that there are like a certain number of levels and it's a really difficult game, there has to be some fun involved in the grind. And you have to feel like the developers put some effort into it, which they did, obviously. Great looking game, great sounding game. Just as far as pick up your controller, start playing, it takes a couple minutes to get used to it. If you've played a video game before, then you're going to be able to, you know, you'll be able to get going. You'll get rocking and rolling without too much trouble to a certain point. If the game had continues, I would say that it's not necessarily easy, but I don't notice a lot of like just unfair bullshit in the game. It's going to come down to your timing, your attention, which power-ups you choose to get. You're going to have to pay attention to that. You're going to have to learn the power-ups. You're going to have to go for the high score so that you can rack up those extra lives. Yeah, it's a good game. It was a pretty great game, in fact. Jorfus says, final score, 920 Mr. Jorfuses out of a possible 1,000 Mr. Jorfuses. And Carrot says, 1,000 Martin Carrot Callawhackers out of a possible 1,000 Martin Carrot Callawhackers. I'm going to give it 900. How about that? 900 Super Divorces out of a possible 1,000 Super Divorces. What a bounce back. After last night, we had a 150 and a 100 score. Now here we are, one night later, a 900 game. You never know what you're going to get. And that's the fun of Sega Mania. So, there you go. Atomic Runner. Give it a shot, please, for yourself. Try it out. See what it's all about. If you haven't done so, please sub to this channel. Bong the gong for notifications, so you know when new videos go live, so you know when I go live, maybe, if YouTube feels like telling you. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But if you want to maybe be notified, then go ahead and sub and ask for all the notifications. Bong the gong. Like this video if you liked it. Thumbs down if you hated it. Or if you didn't like it. Whatever. Any sort of activity helps me in the algorithm. Even if you thumbs down and then come into the comment section and talk shit. YouTube looks at that and they're like, oh, people are interacting with this video. We're going to pump it up in the algorithm. There's something about this Super Divorce guy. He's getting people to interact with him. People are leaving hateful comments. Well, alright. They're watching. They're paying attention. That's advertising revenue for us. We don't care if they hate him. I don't care. You can hate me. I'd prefer it if you like me because that's more fun. I like having good friends and good vibes and good times here. But if you want to come into the comment section and talk shit, go for it. You can follow me on Twitter at SuperDivorce, on Instagram at SuperDivorceBand, and I play tunes from time to time, so check out Super Divorce Music on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Wherever you stream your horse shit, you can find Super Divorce. Just type in Super Divorce and click on a song and give it a shot, please. A little something for everyone. And that's about it, so I want to thank all of the people who watched this live or after the fact, all the people who were here as I was playing this live, but maybe were lurking in the shadows in the background, didn't want to join the chat. Maybe you're shy. I would invite you, join the chat sometime, but you don't have to. Just know that you're welcome. You're more than welcome to. But if you'd rather continue lurking, just lurk. As long as you're watching. And the chatty Cathy's here, chatting it up in the chats. Thank you guys for keeping it fun and lively and enjoyable and engaging the banters. And hope to see you all very soon. Until next time, take real good care, keep kicking ass, love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.